There's a device that I've been using called a Whoop.
Hello and welcome back to IGOW6. I'm your host, Dan Sugano, aka Skittles, and in this video we're going to be covering IGOW6 challenge number 5. That's the Neo's UV Creations Trippy Rewinds. Last season, in the challenge where you change from one trippy direction to the other trippy direction, I referred to it as a trippy switch. But I think that Trippy Rewinds is a better and more accurately descriptive name for the maneuver, where you kind of over-rotate your Trippy Spin and then bounce back in the opposite rotation direction. Anyway, let's put the naming conventions to the side and just jump straight into the requirements for IGOW6, challenge number 5, the Neo's UV Creation Trippy Rewinds. Requirement number 1 is that you must perform an open Trippy Spin as you rise up through a gap of any size. You must start with a trippy rotation and complete at least 2 full rotations below the gap, and then ascend up through the gap while maintaining your open trippy spin. Requirement number 2 is that you must complete at least 2 consecutive trippy spins in each direction around any obstacle. Now, the clockwise and the counterclockwise trippy spins can be in separate clips for this requirement, but you must keep your obstacle at the top of your FPV view for at least the 2 full consecutive trippy spins. And finally, requirement number 3 is where the trippy rewinds come into action. So you're gonna start by locking in a trippy spin of either direction and then perform a trippy rewind and at least 1, but no more than 2 trippy spins in the opposite direction. After you've completed that opposite direction trippy, then you're gonna do a second trippy rewind, bounce back to the original spin direction and perform at least 1 trippy spin, but again, not more than 2 trippy spins, and then finally perform a third trippy rewind and go back to the opposite direction and perform at least 1 last trippy spin. This all must be done in one clip as a combo such that each trick is done immediately one after another with no additional setup. So if it wasn't clear, the idea for this trick is that between your trippy rewinds, you're only rotating around the obstacle about once before changing directions again. Now, I built in a buffer of up to 2 rotations to allow for a bit of adjustment to get the pole locked in back at the top of your screen before you rewind again. So you can spin more than once, but you are not allowed to spin more than 2 times, even if you haven't locked in the pole yet, between the first and second and the second and third trippy rewind. However, before the first rewind and after the last rewind, you can do as many trippy spins as you like. You just must do at least 1. All right, now let's move on to the points of focus. For this challenge, we have 2 major points of focus for the trippy spins themselves and 1 for the trippy rewinds. So for the trippy spins themselves, you must keep the obstacle in your FPV view at all times. Especially in requirement number 3, if you ever lose the obstacle from your FPV view, even for just a moment, you must restart the entire combo. And for all of the required trippy spins, you must keep the obstacle at the top of your FPV view. If it happens to dip down to the sides, then you have to restart your trippy spins. You might not have to restart the entire combo for requirement number 3 if you can lock back in quick enough, but if you drop down to the side, basically that trippy spin is invalid. The point of focus for the trippy rewinds is that your obstacle cannot fall all the way down to the bottom of the screen. Unlike the regular trippy spins, you are allowed to have the obstacle fall to the side of the screen during your trippy rewind, but it can never get all the way down to the bottom like you've uninverted. Okay, now I want to take a minute to talk about this challenge's title sponsor, Neo's UV Creations. Neo's UV Creations is an awesome business run by Ryan Carr and his father, Stephen Carr. They can take your personal pictures or artwork and create a special print with UV dyes that looks amazing under blacklight.
Hello, my name is Ryan Carr. I'm the co-founder of Neo's UV Creations.
Hi, I'm Steve Carr, the other co-founder of Neo's UV Creation. What we want to do for you is to print your pictures, your favorite concerts, your favorite sunsets, your favorite rainbows, whatever, your family, your dog, anything like that. We can print that. Anything we print will glow in fluorescent blacklight.
With our process, we're able to print full color posters, for announcing, music and drone races, to printing AI art, to printing photographs. We can turn any regular picture into a UV poster, any size that you want.
In addition to their UV printing business, they also sponsor and support a team of incredible young pilots that have stormed onto the Whoop racing scene in the last couple years in a major way. Earlier this year at Wootopia 2026, the entire team stepped up and delivered amazing performances all around. And Cumber capped off the event by ascending to a new level and taking 3rd place in elite class.
Hey guys, it's Dawson, or Rec, and if you know me, you know that I love LEDs, or things that otherwise just glow and look amazing with color. So of course it's only fitting that I've been a part of the Neos UV Creations drone racing team for a couple years now. -2.
Ryan Carr, also known as Wookie, has helped me a lot in getting into the sport and has supported me along the way. He saw potential in me and has invested a lot of time in helping me be a better pilot and has helped me find what I love.
One thing I love about Team Neos is how helpful and supportive they always are. Whether it's before, during, or after a race, they're always looking to push me to become the best pilot I can be and help me out.
It's incredible to be on a team that will always have my back no matter what happens. And I want to give a special thank you to Wookie FPV, the leader of Team Neos, who's always been there to support my drone racing journey from the very start.
Everyone on Team Neos always supports and brings up one another and pushes them to not only become better pilots, but to become better people. Wookie and his parents are all amazing people who do so much for this community.
In 2025, Neos UV Creation hosted their first race called Fusion Flight Festival. I attended and announced the event, and it was a blast. It's a unique combination of whoop racing, music, and dance. And this year it's going to be even bigger as they are expanding to a 2-day event on October 3rd and 4th. I should be there again to race and announce, and I hope to see you there as well. You can buy your ticket to the event at neosuvcreations.com. And while you're there, make sure to check out their sweet blacklight art. Alright, so now let's move on to the tutorial section of the video. Trippy Spins and Rewinds have been covered extensively in previous IGOW challenges and in many other FPV tutorials on YouTube. So rather than rehash the same pointers that everyone has covered many times, I'm going to recommend that you check out the Infinity Loops Trippy Spin Masterclass. Heads released it earlier this year during the preseason Trippy Spin Challenge, and it covers pretty much everything you could ever want to know about the history of Trippy Spins, how to perform them, and their variations. So I should have a link to that on the screen and in the description. After you've watched the Trippy Masterclass, if you still need a bit more information on the Trippy Rewind maneuver specifically, then I recommend you check out the tutorial from IGOW6 Challenge number 3, the Rotor Riot Trippy Switch. In that video, I go over how I personally learned to switch trippy directions, and I show many examples in the sim and in real life with stick cam on different styles of whoops. There are tons of other Trippy Spin tutorials on YouTube, so if neither of those videos work for you, maybe you can find a different one that makes more sense to you. Just search around and I'm sure you'll find something you like. Alright IGOWers, this trick has become one of the most popular moves in FPV in the last couple years. And there are many variations and ways to mix different trippy type maneuvers together. So I'm excited to see what you all can do as extras for this challenge. Good luck and happy whooping.
If you think I'm pretty, put your hands on me. If you think I'm pretty, raise your hands on me.